Spooky season is right around that boring corner that you call your front door. But don't worry, I've got you covered. I'll show you how I went through the design, cutting, and coloring of this door ornament. Hey guys, I'm Steve and this is WilmerWoodWorks, and today I'm bringing a little bit of haunted house energy to the shop. I designed this spooky door frame hanger that will just sit right on top of your door frame, and it's loaded with bats and spiders and cobwebs and everything else to let everybody know that Halloween lives at your place. If you're into making your own seasonal decorations, or you just like watching a grown man play with fire and plywood, be sure to hit that like button, or bats win. Okay, the first thing we're going to want to do is go over to canva.com. Now I have the paid pro account, but if you have the free account, you can also do most of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go to a custom size. I'm going to go to 12 by 12 because I have an 11 by 3/4 by 11 by 3/4 project I'll be using. This way I can sort of size everything correctly right now. So I'm going to go straight to elements, and I'm going to type in some various elements that I'm looking for. Now I'm only going to take graphic. I'm not really concerned about anything besides graphic. We're going to save this as an SVG, so it doesn't really matter the size of these. We just want to take a few different versions to make sure that we have enough items that will actually work for what we need. So I'm going to take a few different spiders and Halloween. Let's see, we're going to do a bat. Let's take a bat or two just to make sure that everything is, well, there's like a little Batman bat. And then we need a spider web. So spider web. Okay, this one is nice and deep. I don't want any corners because I'm actually making a corner and I want it to be the opposite. Well, I guess we want it to be more of a 180 degree than a 90 degree. So we'll take a few different of these spider webs, and then I want a witch. Halloween is not complete without a witch. So let's see what we've got. So that looks like a cute witch. We don't want a cute witch though. We want like the stereotypical old hag. That's what we want right there. That's the Disney Halloween special witch right there. Oh, this one has like a little cat on its broom. Okay, so we have the witch, we have the bat, we have... Okay, that's all the elements we need. We're going to call this Halloween number 2 because I've already done this. And we're going to do share, download. Now I have the Pro, so I could change that to SVG. And we're going to do transparent back. Once that's done downloading, we're going to go to our LightBurn file. Now this file, I'm going to make an 11 by 3/4 by 11 by 3/4. And I'm going to make this a toolpath. So this will be the size of the plywood that we'll be using. Other widths are going to be 7.5 inches because I'm going to make it 7 inches by 7 inches. And we want it to be a 1/2 inch wide. So I'll click on this, hit Control D on the keyboard to duplicate that. Grab our select tool and just turn that 90 degrees and select and select. We're going to do a right alignment and a top alignment. Okay, so we grab both of these and we are going to merge these together. So that's right here. We're going to weld that, which is also a merge. So we're going to weld that together. So this is our corner template. So really, if you want to make more templates, I would save this file here now. So you have that 7 by 7 on your 11 3/4. Now what I've found is that I really don't want my designs to go more than about 3.5 inches tall. So I am going to make a little measuring block that is 3.5 inches. And it doesn't really matter how wide it is, but I will want to make a duplicate of that because I want to make sure that I don't go more than 3.5 inches on either side. So I'll just put this down here. Now this is just my reference block. You can make your own references, or if you are putting this on an interior door and you have no limitations, by all means, go as high or as wide as you want. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to pull in our download. Now our download is an SVG, and it looks like one of these items is not like all the others. So we are going to ungroup these and delete that black box. So what we're going to want to do is take the spider web. I want that spider web to be as large as I can make it in the corner. And I think that that might be, so I'm using this as a reference line. I want that to be down, and then this line here, that's okay. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is hit Control Duplicate on that. Okay, so now that I've duplicated this L bracket, I have one of these. I'm going to want to do a subtract. Select, and then we do the subtract. And what that does, click OK to confirm. So now I have the L, Control Z to go back, and I have the web. But I don't want this web because that's going to be on my corner. So I'm going to ungroup that for right now, and I'm going to delete these additional little hangers. So now I'll have a nice crisp clean corner, and we can group this back together. Holding Command to unselect, and we will group that together, and then holding Shift we select that. Now we're going to do our weld. So now that's all one piece. Group all that together and we are good to go. So now we have our spider web. Now we have to add some additional elements, and we have all these elements right here. Now these spiders have a very narrow profile. It looks like this didn't come through. We'll delete that. So we'll just pick the spider that we want. Let's start with this one, and we'll do a little outline. So offset, and we want to go outward, not inward. And we're going to go to corner because we want to keep those nice sharp corners. And let's see, if we go 0.1, what does that look like? That's a little thicker. Let's go to 0.2. Yeah, maybe back to 0.1. And we're going to want to delete the original. That looks decent. So let's take this guy and we will move him, and then we'll make him a little bit bigger. Now generally when I do these, I like to have 3 points of contact, but 2 points of contact will work just as well. So we have one leg here and the web on the web. So we will weld these two together and we are good to go. And let's see, now we have the witch. Let's mirror this witch so she's flying away from the web. And we just want to ground her feet. So let's see. So if we move this a little bit down, so we got 1, 2, 3 points of contact. Perfect. And we will just weld that together. So it's just a whole bunch of welding. The only real tricky part on here was the web. Let's see, how many bats do we want? We can do scared little bat up here. Well, let's see, maybe more of a profile. That might be better. We weld him together, and let's do one more bat because we have him, might as well use him. And make him a little bit smaller, and we will hold Shift to select the group, and there we go. So now we have our 2 bats. You can delete everything else, and you can do whatever else you kind of want. I mean, you can put happy and then Halloween text down here, but I am pretty happy with this design here. So we'll send this over to the laser, we'll get it cut, and we'll show you how we finish this off.
A few moments later.
So that is my corner door hanger. Pretty spooky, right? So I'll include this file on my website, WilmerWoodWorks.com. Be sure to go over there and check it out. It will only be free for a short time, so be sure to get over there really quick. If you're lucky, I might even include some other spooky versions. Till next time, I'm Steve. Thanks for hanging out. Take care.